Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Stardate Today. My name is Kat King. I'm going to go ahead and start us off with saying, I have to say it, Captain's Log, Stardate Today. Welcome aboard, everybody. We are here to make first contact with the Starfleet Underground, two of the Starfleet's finest, absolute finest, Starfleet's Underground podcasters with us. Welcome, Rocky and Heather. How are you guys doing today?
Hello.
Yes, how are you ladies and gentlemen doing this evening?
So far, so good.
Yes, it is Valentine's Day or anti-Valentine's Day, whichever you prefer. How are you, Heather? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm a little jealous of the captain and number one because they got dates tonight, and Rocky and I were stuck together.
Is that what happened?
Ship.
I thought he was at a meeting that he had to go to.
Did he tell you he was at a meeting?
I don't know what number one's up to, but that doesn't surprise me. He's on a date. But the captain, I thought he was in official business tonight.
That's just an excuse to be alone. Tell everybody you have a date. That'll keep people away.
On our ship, the date is basically a tribble or two.
Yeah, no kidding. That's hilarious. Well, actually, she's with us now. So my fiance is here. Her name is Elise Craig. Welcome to the show. She's going to pop in just very briefly. Pop that head in there. Yes.
She materialized.
She materialized for us this evening. You know, we did the seance. We're all good to
transported
go.
in.
She transported. That's even better. I love it. She transported in. Yes, and so we're very glad to be here. So basically, we're just going to kick off, and this is our very first real solid episode. So we wanted to kick it off by really announcing, to give you a little bit of idea who we are, what we do at Stardate Today, why we're doing it, and give you a rundown of what the show will be. And with us is our very first guinea pigs victims. So whichever you like to look at it, however you like to see it. Rocky and Heather from Starfleet Underground. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Kat, and I am a filmmaker, producer, director, actor, name it, I do it. I don't know how you don't do it in this day and age in entertainment without doing it all to a certain extent. I come to you guys from Trekcast and also from The Seventh Rule with Aaron Eisenberg, Sirach Lofton, and Ryan T. Husk, and Mrs. Melissa Eisenberg, the wife of our dearly departed Captain Nog forever, Mr. Aaron Eisenberg, who passed away in that was the end of 2019, actually. It was September of 2019 we lost Aaron, and I was invited to be on the show to work as an intern, and then they said, hey, we really enjoy having you on camera, so why don't you join us for a 15-minute segment every week? And I said I would love to join you all, and that's how I got to know Aaron and Sirach a little bit better. And then from that point on, they said, hey, you know what? We are done with everything that we needed for you to do for this internship. So that concludes the internship. And with that, we'd like to invite you to join the Odyssey Radio Network and have your own podcast. And I was like, oh, that is so great. Yay. Thank you guys. Oh my God. And then the next question was, now what? From Finding Nemo, but because what would I do a podcast about that isn't already being done? There's so many podcasts. And so the mission of Stardate Today actually became, in so doing, in finding out what there was, we found so many great sci-fi and horror podcasts out there that, especially Star Trek, Star Wars, and then crossover podcasts that celebrate a wide variety of different, genres. And we just said, what would be really cool to make it our first season's mission to meet as many sci-fi podcast crews as we possibly can, play some games with them, and then rack up a bunch of points and sell a bunch of handmade crafts that we're making from resin and sell them for on behalf of Extra Life for Kids and Children's Miracle Network. So basically have a podcast that involves promoting each other's podcasts, building each other up, building a community of Star Trek and science fiction and horror fans who really, have this opportunity to come together and share with us what each other's podcasts are about, and then opportunity to play a game, have some fun, make some fun jokes, have a great time together, and actually make new friends. And along the way, play some fun games like what we're going to play tonight, which is Star Trek themed Mad Libs. So raise your hand if you've ever played Mad Libs before. Yes. Okay. Class. Yes. There's the hand. And raise your hand if it's been a while since you played Mad Libs. Okay, it's been a while. All right, so Mad Libs was my favorite road trip game growing up as a kid. We used to play it on our long road trips, to here and there, hither and yon. And one of my favorite things to do was, to just use a pencil and erase them so that you would have them over and over again because you only have about 20 in each pad. So basically, this is the kind of game where it's all rooted in language. You basically have a whole pad full of stories here, and different parts of speech have been removed from the story. And our job is to fill in those parts of speech in random order, or actually, I would say in successive order. from the top of the story to the end of the story, beginning to end. And then we read the story back, and whatever random words you chose, from nouns to adjectives to maybe the color of a car, maybe a specific request for a color of a car might be asked of you. In this case, we have the Star Trek themed Mad Libs. So this is going to be amazing. I'm so, if it'll show up. Jeez, wow, that's weak.
Nope, there.
That's artificial intelligence working
Well,
right there.
there. I mean, it's there. But anyway, so you guys are joining us for our very first edition of the Mad Lib season. So we're going to start with 1 or 2, and we'll see how it goes, how long it takes us to get through 1. The ridiculously simple instructions are very simple. I think I've just gone over them. Do you think that it's necessary to go over them again via the official rules, or have we got the gist of how?
We'll just break them anyway.
We're going to break them anyway. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to break all the rules about grammar even. You're going to be arguing about adverbs and adjectives from here till 24th century. Yes, Miss Heather. Yes, ma'am. Go for it.
How kid-friendly is this show? Like, is this PG, PG-13?
We're in the PG-13, so there might be an F-bomb once in a while, but it must be, make it real good and make it.
So
yeah, no, we are definitely, our Twitch stream is a little bit more adult, but this one is slightly more kid-friendly, so we try to keep it more like teens and like, sort of.
It's for the kids, so we're going to keep it kid-friendly.
But the the gaming and all of the points and things like that we earn from playing games on Twitch, that all that goes for kids, obviously the youngins. So it's kind of up in the air. This is our first real run through, so we'll kind of see how it goes. But keep that in mind with like a PG-13/R rating, but definitely no further than that. No NC-17s, my friends.
So watch it, Heather.
Yes, watch that XXX mouth of yours, okay, Miss Heather. Mm-hmm.
I gotta watch the shades of gray, basically.
Yes. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, but you can the innuendo and a little bit of fun here and there, a little mischief is fine. I'm gonna pick the very first and most fun one, and my big rules. I don't even tell you what it is at all. We're just gonna get started, okay? This is a real simple one to begin with, okay? I'm gonna need. We'll start with Rocky and then, or Heather, ladies first. Are we going to be that kind of? Okay, we're going to do that kind of thing. Let's do that kind of thing and have Heather go first. We just need a place from you, Miss Heather. How about a place?
Risa.
Place. Risa. Ooh. And a noun, Mr. Rocky. How about a noun?
Let's see. How about a dog?
A dog. Thank you, sir. And Miss Heather, back to you with the silly word. How about a silly word?
Oh, silly word. Let's do. I can't think of one.
You have help from the other peanut gallery back here.
Can you phone a friend?
You can phone a friend. Phone a friend. We have a suggestion from Elise back here, and Rocky has a suggestion as well. Rocky, go ahead. What would you like to say?
I just think tribbles are silly. So
tribbles, I love it. Tribbles. Let's go with tribbles. That's the best. And then we just need a number. How about any number you can think of, Heather?
3.
3. Wonderful. Okay, Rocky, I feel like you might have a verb for us. You got a verb for us.
Well, let's see. What's a good verb? I would say walking.
Walking.
Okay.
Okay, fantastic.
Keeping that PG-13.
Keeping it PG-13, I see.
Triples and then a verb. Oh, no.
Uh-oh, triples and walking. We're in trouble.
Well, maybe I should say rolling.
Walking a fine line. Plural noun. How about a plural noun?
Let's do captains.
Captains. Oh, I like that. Okay. Noun. We need one more. Actually, we're going to need 2 more nouns. One singular noun and one plural noun. I'm very specific.
Phaser.
Phaser. And another plural noun.
Disco dots.
Disco dots. I love it. That's going to be so much fun. You're going to love this. Okay. And we need an animal.
Well, I blew tribble.
Yeah. I didn't even see that one coming because I didn't read ahead.
We can't do that. How about tardigrade?
Tardigrade. Love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, you guys are going to love this. This is going to be so cute. Okay. And we need one last adjective. Make it real scintillating. Oh, I think I just gave one away.
Ooh, scintillating sounds good.
Ooh, scintillating. Okay, let's go with that one.
Brilliant. Why did I think of that?
All right, are you ready? And Miss Elise, do you want to read? No, I'll read it. All right. The most famous intro ever. Are you ready? Shall I do it in my best Captain Kirk voice? Yes, let's do it. Risa, the final dog. These are the voyages of the starship Tribbles. Its 3-year mission to walking strange new captains, to seek out new phaser and new disco dots, to boldly go where no tardigrade has gone before. Cue scintillating music.
Yes,
Nice.
It was
That
very
was
fun. We
great.
liked that one. We really liked that one.
Walking new captains.
Fantastic. How would you like to do one more, or shall we move on to the amazing science fact of the day we just found out? We've learned some extraordinary things in science, and we thought we would share them. What do you guys think?
That sounds really interesting.
Ooh,
But I'm a science girl.
Okay, well, Heather's vote is for the science, for part of science fiction, and Rocky is for science.
Science sounds great. Yeah, I'm
Wait,
down
let's
for
move
science.
on. Fantastic. Let's move right along. So I don't know if you guys saw it, but there is a brand new image today of Mars. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. Hang on one second. Let me just pull up Mars. It's the most beautiful, most vivid image of Mars today that we've seen yet. Was pulled up today in the news, and I thought
It wasn't the Looney Tune Martian.
No, it wasn't Marvin. It
Okay.
wasn't Marvin today, actually. I wish. If it had been Marvin, I think we'd be having a totally different conversation right now, wouldn't we? We would be like, "Oh my God, the aliens are real!"
For
Now what?
years, I had one of the rover images on my desktop with Marvin kind of sticking in on the side, looking in sideways. It was great.
I love it. Yes, I love it. All right, let me go ahead and show you guys what we've got going on up here on Mars. Look at this beautiful picture. Can you see it?
Ooh,
Look at that beautiful, gorgeous.
that's amazing.
Nice.
Yes, it's so beautiful.
I painted it myself.
I just want to reach out and touch it. It's like velvet.
Yeah, I mean the resolution on these things are getting so good now.
I mean, that is, it's a 7-month trip to Mars from Earth, I mean, it's 7, 8, well, maybe 9 months, depending on, how things go along the way at certain stages. It looks like, look at those the craters on that. I mean, they're so vivid. It's extraordinary. And the other thing I thought was really cool is, do you guys know anything about quantum leaps?
I heard it was a TV show with Scott Bakula.
Oh, you heard. Well, guess what? You're right.
I still haven't seen it. I need to see the show. Wow.
Oh my God, yes. You do need to see it. And actually, so we actually found out, there it is. There he is. The man of the hour, Mr. Scott Bakula, the star of Quantum Leap. I was like, hey, that show was pretty good, wasn't it? Quantum leaps in imaging. This is pretty cool that they actually quantum leap. Very cool. So yeah, I just thought it was cool. Holography. We have this fantastic word in Star Trek, holography. What does it mean, holography in Star Trek, in the world of Star Trek? What does that mean, that word reference to usually?
It's a release for the adults when they have time off.
It's a place you would like to go.
Yes.
Yes.
And the filters need to be changed often.
Yes, the holodeck is the place where we go to enjoy our, or maybe our deepest fantasy, or our deepest fears. In some cases, like an extreme risk on Star Trek Voyager, that was an episode where somebody was going to extremes and trying to test their limits. But yeah, no, holography in Star Trek really is about imaging. And we see the Doctor and Star Trek Voyager taking pictures and wanting to have people take pictures with his little, holo imaging device. And so holography is actually now a bona fide word in science. It has to do with imaging. And now they have actually revolutionized imaging. So we're getting more revolutionized resolution, I should say, revolutionizing resolutions and imaging. I thought this was really neat. And I wanted to. I was like, hey, look, there it is right there. That's all it is. This is what they did. These guys at this university. It's always at a university. University of Glasgow in Scotland.
Oh, wow.
Actually completed a quantum leap using this image. So this image has completed a quantum leap, uses entangled photons to overcome the limitations of conventional holographic approaches.
Um,
So this could, what it basically boils down to is, do you guys understand what it really means? Because it's kind of a lot of technical.
Well, I was
babble.
gonna say, how much would you bet that they figured out what image to put on there on a Friday night after many
Oh,
hours
yeah.
of long deep thought of, what to
Oh,
put on
I thought you
this?
were gonna say long drafts, many drafts of beer and
Yes, many.
wine and
Many,
spirits.
many.
They just decided, let's go with an emoji, like the
I
simplest
love
thing you
it.
could think of. I love it. Look,
This is great.
I've
That's
got
what
my-
I would go with.
I've got my emoji ring right here. Oh, you can, the glare is so bad. Look at that. Oh, it's bad.
It's like,
Yeah.
if it works, let's do a
There you
smiley
go.
face.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
And I got one on here too. See, so I came prepared. And I did. After all,
Great.
see, woo,
That's cool.
I'm on it. So yeah, so basically what happened was a team of physicists, smart, really, really smart, intelligent people with a lot of time and money on their hands, apparently, to be doing awesome stuff like this, get to be in charge of basically making things jump from one thing to another using just light matter, and which is really cool. It's really
Cool.
exciting. So what this really means is that medical imaging and the speed and advance of quantum information science is really coming to a head now. We're really coming to that point where quantum machine learning is far outpacing what we expected. And so, that idea of a singularity where someday AI will overtake us, well, it's not impossible to imagine, but it's definitely a little ways off. But we're
Or a
getting,
transporter.
yeah. In this case, we're really looking at the idea of teleportation, possibly. I mean, forget about the medical imaging and taking pictures
Yeah.
of people's kidneys.
All
We
that
want
stuff.
to beam from here to the other side of the galaxy in an instant, don't we? Yeah.
Would you let someone do that though? Because supposedly I heard from, Scotty that you sort of die and then you're
Oh.
brought back to life. So
Yeah, actually, I heard that you're technically a clone of yourself if that
right.
happens.
I don't know
right?
if
Is
I'd
that
even
true?
want to put my dog through that.
Well, unless you have that Heisenberg compensator. I mean, I mean, someone's got to figure out that, and we need to really lock that down. Figure that device out, because whoever comes up with that actual device for that and actually can explain it and make sure that all those little pieces get put back in exactly the right. Well, I
It's
thought
all
the
about
idea
the
of the
angular
pattern
confinement
buffer.
beam.
Well, that's exactly it. You have as a pattern buffer, right?
Yes.
So we're getting really technical here with all the Star Trek techno babble, but it actually is rooted in real science now. In fact, what we just found out was that the Penrose process, which was developed by a man named Sir Roger Penrose, a really brilliant guy back in the day, he came up with this theory that you can actually harness the energy in black holes to use for interstellar travel. And people, of course, laughed at him and giggled. But now they're actually able to actually simulate black holes in laboratories and actually be able to conduct tests in order to prove whether or not it's possible to actually convert light to matter and matter to light. So we're actually there in science. We're actually where Star Trek is, has painted this beautiful vision of teleportation and transportation through this whole idea of beaming from one place to another. But I think it's really cool that our science is starting to kind of catch up. Isn't that exciting?
Sort of,
amazing.
kind of. I don't know if I'd be so excited about replicators after finding out that big discovery Discovery.
Oh, yeah.
Don't eat the apples.
Yeah. Don't eat the apples.
Don't eat the apples.
Don't eat the apples. And don't try to make a roast. Don't try to make a roast. You're just going to char it.
Yeah, Heather
secret
is
is
not
that
allowed to use the replicator at
the
all
plot
because she
twist-
blows them up.
I'm not allowed to use anything in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, the plot twist to that is that it's automatically programmed to do that to everybody. So, it's not just like Janeway was special and it was just Janeway. The computer just has it in for us in general, trying to get back a little bit. But yeah, so that leads me to that's a really good question. So I have to ask, it's the obligatory question on every Star Trek fan. What do you guys think of Star Trek Discovery so far up to now? Have you guys watched every season? Are you all caught up? Did you watch all the shorts?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
So cool. So
yes.
we're just gonna pop that little that little pimple right now and say
Okay,
what we
I'm
think.
thumbs
Go
up.
for it.
I'm thumbs up on it.
2 thumbs up.
I'll do you have to do too, because you know what, my whole thing is any Star Trek that's on the air is good Star Trek. It has if it's on the air, I'm happy it's there.
Aw.
So and
Aw.
I'll support it because
that's like the
I've always
12-year-old Rocky talking. But what is
You know-
the real Rocky thing? Come on, Rocky. Tell us what you really. 2 ecstatic
what?
thumbs up. You don't have a single criticism.
Okay,
Come on now.
I've heard the criticisms before, and I agree with some of them. I mean, we listen to other podcasts talking about this stuff.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
you can talk about what the writers are doing. You can talk
Yeah.
about what the directions that they're getting and what the crazy wild things they're doing with our universe. But
oh, I know, and I know you guys just had a thing about Lower Decks and Wolf 359. You guys were talking about that on the podcast. That was terrific, by the way.
Yeah,
and
that's
actually,
good stuff.
we're gonna segue right into talking about Starfleet Underground and who you guys are, and welcome aboard. And we just wanted to tell us a little bit about what you guys have been talking about as soon as you're done telling me about what you think about Discovery, because you're not off the hook yet. I want to know everything.
I hear people criticize the writing a lot.
In what way? Come on, let's get specific.
I mean, they just hate a lot of it.
Season 1.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, every first season sucks. Come on, let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean the
But
first
that's my
seasons are rough. They're
criticism.
finding
They're
their
rough.
feet.
Everyone's
Yeah.
finding their feet and their voices and characters and everything.
And between you and me, the last time we had a regular Star Trek was in the 80s and 90s. I mean,
Yes.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
So
Well, we
the
had
whole
Enterprise
crew
in
of people
2000s,
writing,
right?
well, in
Yes.
2000s too, and that's basically
Yeah.
the last time we had a TV show. So the
Okay.
writers, there's been many generations of writers now, and it's different now because they're not writing for the 40-minute TV show weekly. They're writing for the Netflix binge watch.
Yep.
The
it's
all
a mini
access thing.
series.
Yeah,
It's like a heavily serialized.
huge task they're set with, and they're not used to turning out shows like 24 episodes a season. They're not, they're not set up to do that. They grew up doing it differently. So I can't directly compare the quality of the writing and really, hammer them as bad compared to the other, the earlier stuff. So I'm still happy.
Yeah.
I got somebody shooting phasers on the screen. I've got Michael Burnham running around doing amazing adventures, and the action is amazing. Michelle Yeoh is phenomenal. I'm loving all of that stuff. It's still good Star Trek for me.
Yeah, there's what I'm really enjoying so far, what I really do love is how much they push the factors of who we are, who is Starfleet, who we are no matter what. And it's really answering that question, is what it really means to be a part of that organization and what that organization represents, and to the ends of the earth, to the ends of the century and beyond it. You know what I mean? That's what this crew has done, and their family, the bond that the crew has with each other, it's definitely shining through. I guess my one biggest critique is I want to see more about Bryce and Reese, man. What the hell? Like, that's some bullshit. Those guys are barely ever there. It's like
they got some of the bridge crew doing stuff, but you're right. They need a little bit more going
lame.
on.
Like, there was plenty of opportunity for Reese to step in and do things along the way, and they just decided, nah. He'll just be the Harry Kim. Actually, you know what? He'll be less than Harry Kim because he's had less development than Harry Kim had within the first 3 seasons of Voyager. Well, Harry Kim went through a huge character development change. I just wish everybody wishes that he'd been promoted, but.
And speaking of Harry Kim, if he ever heard of Tilly and her getting a promotion to number 1, or as an ensign, dude, he'd be rolling over in his grave.
But I'd be like, well, different detachment, different part of the fleet. So you just have different rules. Like, everybody does these things a little bit administratively, a little bit differently when it comes to, there's always some administrative BS response to things like that. Like, oh, it's just because we were in deep space and we only had one position on the ship, blah, 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 whatever. Okay, fine, whatever. But, when it comes down to it, what do you think? Heather, what do you think about Discovery? Is it like 2 thumbs up? Is it this? Is it?
I think season 3 is absolutely phenomenal. Yeah. Season 2 is good. I really did not like season 1.
Yeah. Season 1, just, you could tell, like, when it was Brian Fuller and it was when we were getting one person writing the show and one person running the show, it was different. And then that person backed away and said, okay, I started the show and created the show, and then I'm walking away from it. And the guys who made the movies can now run the rest of the show. I was like, wow. So Alex Kurtzman basically just owns Star Trek. Yep. And that bothers me because I don't like one person having that much power and say.
Especially the power in the world.
Oh, the power in the world. Yes. But you're right that season 3 is definitely its strongest season. I was surprised at the reason for the burn. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice. It was like, okay, so that's the burn.
At first. But then I got those Ursula K. Le Guin like vibes going. And so I did a little bit more research into the episodes that were talking about the burn and what caused it and this whole Kelpian thing. the Kelpian thing just gives me, I don't know if you guys have ever read The Earthsea or are familiar with Earthsea by Ursula K. Le Guin, but she was a sci-fi fantasy writer, and she wrote these beautiful novels about these like earth sea creatures, people who live in the ocean, and really interesting stuff. So Kelpians remind me a lot of the characters from the Earthsea novels, and it's really interesting to see in the end, it turns out that that whole storyline, that arc, is inspired by one of Earthsea, not Earthsea per se, but I think one of her other short stories. So they actually took some inspiration from a sci-fi fantasy author. They didn't just imagine it out of someone's butt one day and say, let's go with that. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Sounds good.
Was his name Sukal, the kid?
Yes, Sukal. Yeah.
Sukal. So his whole thing, what it reminded me of was, I thought they were taking inspiration from that old 50s graphic novel called The Hulk.
Oh,
you don't want to see me when I'm angry.
Yeah. I was getting Room. Did you ever see Room, that movie that won the Academy Award it was with Brie Larson?
No, you say The Room and I'm thinking of the video game.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so the movie was called Room, and it had Jacob Tremblay, and it was a little boy and a mother, and Brie Larson played the mother, Captain Marvel herself. She played the mother. And basically this mother has been living in captivity. She was kidnapped, and then the man impregnated her, and she ended up having a child and raising the child in captivity for years and years. And in order to spare the child the pain of understanding what their world was really like, where they were living and what it was, she told her son that everything in the room that they were living in was the world. So her son grew up believing that only everything that was in the room, the four walls, which is the tiny little closet, he was keeping her in a closet. And, he would every so often come and visit, and he would take care of the absolute basics. But basically she was being held against her will for years in captivity. It was inspired by true, stories. But so that was the story. It was a little boy who grows up in this one little room, believing that that's the entire world. He doesn't know anything outside the room. So that's exactly what Sukal reminded me of. It was just very similar to that movie, which I'm glad it won the Academy Award that year, because it was really, really good. It was really good. But anything else? Any other thoughts about Discovery you wanted to share? Anything that you have wanted to critique really badly, Heather, but you haven't been able to say it aloud because no one will just let you have an opinion anymore?
Oh, are you kidding me? I ran all the time on the podcast.
Oh, I know. And I wink. I throw a wink your way when I say that, because I hear you on the podcast. I know you're throwing that shade. I hear you. No, just keeping it real, just being honest and saying, look, not everything is all bad, not everything is all good. There are good and bad parts to everything, and we have to stop saying things so extreme.
I do have a rant.
Go for it.
They ruined the replicator for me.
Yeah.
I will never look at the replicator ever again, the same way ever again. And I really, really wanted one. Really wanted one.
We're talking about resequenced protein. Hashtag not all replicators, okay?
Hey, and
they don't all have to be based off of waste material.
Are you kidding me? When there's like a problem, when there's a malfunction, you don't want to order anything from the replicator when there's a malfunction, because then, well, let's just say it won't be good.
That cheese ain't cheese in your cheesecake.
Yes, no.
Maybe some toe cheese or some.
Yikes.
And the smell just seems to linger and everything.
Yeah. Well, that's really interesting. I'm glad that we all kind of, we see the merits in the show, but we also are here to criticize it where it needs to be criticized. And I think that's what art is. It's there to be critiqued, and it's there for people to say, hey, I like this or I don't like that. But if you look back,
if I had my rant,
go for it.
Can I give you my rant?
Of course.
The turbolift system.
Yes.
They turned it into the doors for Monsters
Inc. We saw that, or Hitchhiker's Guide, almost like Hitchhiker's Guide too. Yeah.
It's just insanity.
I was like, so that's what it looks like in there. It's a big magnetically, like, what's going on?
It's a giant roller coaster.
No, it's the inside of a TARDIS from Doctor Who.
It's the TARDIS. Yeah, it's like the inside of the TARDIS, or the inside of the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
Like, is not a TARDIS. I'm sorry.
It's bigger on the inside.
Yeah.
That was so weird.
That was weird. What do you think about? But what about the personal transporters? That was interesting. I was like, hey, I thought that's what we had already, but
you remember those from Star Trek, right?
I mean,
I can't remember his name. The one with the what was the bug-eyed guy's name?
Oh, Geordi.
No. On Discovery, what was the bug-eyed guy's name?
The guy that kept beaming in everywhere.
Oh, God.
The personal transporter.
Book.
Linus.
No.
Linus.
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 Oh, we love Linus. Oh, we
Linus
love Linus.
sneezed at one time. Oh, yeah.
Linus had a bit of a problem. He really liked peeking on
So
people.
nobody trained Linus how to use that bloody.
Everywhere.
Oh, he knew how to use it. He was just using it as an excuse to go and look at everybody when they thought that they weren't being looked at.
He was wanted to sneeze on everybody with his weird cold thing that was going around.
He was trying to transfer COVID to everyone.
Yeah. Spreader. I knew what you were up to.
Super spreader.
Linus, the
beaming
spreader.
everywhere and sneezing all the time. And now he's shedding.
That's the coworker that's like really annoying, you know what I mean? And then you get stuck with him in the turbo lift.
Oh no. Make it fast, man. Please just next deck up. Just 1 2
I'll take
decks.
the stairs.
I'll take the Jeffries tube.
I'm climbing the ladder, baby.
I'll take the
Me and the Jeffries tube just low crawling my little heart's content, just bye. Yeah. I'm out of here. I don't want to be in there with that guy. He never showers, man. That guy never takes a sonic shower. Oof.
Right?
Have you smelled Lincoln? Man, that guy. Oof. He is right.
I'm telling you.
Good times. Well, anyway, thank you so much, you two, for coming along with us on our fun Stardate Today journey. We really appreciate having you with us, and we hope that you enjoyed playing some Mad Libs with us. We want to make a couple of quick announcements before we take off this evening, and that is that we are raising some money for children everywhere through Extra Life for Kids and Children's Miracle Network. We are doing this by making some fantastic resin crafts. We've made some game controller keychains. I'm going to get it right one of these days. Game controller keychains. And there's a couple of different varieties of game controllers you can choose from. We're making them by hand, custom ordered with love. And we're making them, so you can check out our Etsy, that you can find all that fun information through our Instagram at Stardate Today. And we're raising money, so everything that you buy from the Etsy store at Nerdy Accessories will go straight to the children all over the world in need who are suffering from this, that, or the other malady. You just name it, and there's a child suffering from it. And we don't want to forget. So this all season long, we're raising money for them. And that also means that every time you log into Twitch, you will earn on Saturday nights with us. Join us at 7:30 for our Cyberpunk Saturday stream, or whatever we choose to do on Saturday evening. That'll just be me primarily hosting. All of those points that you get for showing up to the stream, you can use those points also to redeem for merchandise in our Twitch store to get yourself some awesome Twitch Stardate Today swag, and like mugs, mouse pad, hoodies, t-shirts, caps, the usual. And that's really all I have to announce, was just that. And then also the First Contact Challenge. We are challenging everybody to spend the first 30 minutes of their day for the next 30 days following up with their followers. That means going to your followers page and checking in with them before you head off to go check your stats, and checking in with your own stats to see if people have been, commenting on your stuff. So basically the idea here is to build community, share the love of science fiction and horror with the community, and then check in with your friends and make sure that their loved ones, make sure that they're doing okay during this thing. The winner at the end of the 30 days will receive a fantastic gift. I'm not even going to say what it is, but Rocky and Heather, they know what it is. And they're not going to tell anybody what it is until it's been a month from today. That is 1 month from today. So today is what day? The 14th. So on March the 14th, we will announce the winner. So you have to be following Stardate Today on Twitch. You need to also be following us on Instagram as well at Stardate Today. And you also should be following Starfleet Underground as well, because they're amazing. And if you have not had a chance to listen to the Starfleet Underground podcast, I really, really recommend it. These guys and gals are amazing. They're hilarious. They have a great time, and they talk about things that I've never heard other people talk about on any other podcast. So they really bring something extra special to the podcasting game. And I want to turn it over to Rocky and Heather. Do you have any announcements for us, or anything you'd like to share with the world while we're on?
Yes. So real quick, since I am taking place as acting captain, since both of our, they're having goat fun. I just have to say real quick, for anyone who does listen to our podcast, starfleetunderground.com, just real quick want to say, we are probably more R-rated, so you don't want to listen to it with kids in the room. I just want to give that warning real quick to anyone who's interested.
Really good to let us know.
Yeah. Just to let you know, maybe wait until your kids are like somewhere else and then listen to it.
NSFW. Yeah. Our Twitch stream is a little bit more adult as well, so there's a little bit more swearing, a lot more swearing. I'm just going to be real. But yeah, that's why I do a Saturday night show, and then Sunday night is kind of more a slightly more family friendly, more teen, more like on the teen level. But yeah, how about you, Rocky? Anything you want to share with us? Maybe when is your next stream for your, or when are you guys posting your next episode?
Well, we record every week. So we record Saturday mornings, and it comes out either Sunday night or early Monday morning is usually when it hits.
Beautiful.
And usually Monday mornings around 9. If you find Heather's YouTube channel, we live stream with a still graphic, but we're streaming and we're in the chat at the same time. So
gotcha.
It's like a show on the side of the show during the show.
Like the peanut gallery you got going on.
Yeah, we're our own peanut gallery.
That's fantastic. Yeah, that's fantastic.
But StarfleetUnderground.com, at Starfleet G at Twitter, and we're on Insta as well.
Yeah. Do you guys have a Patreon as well?
Working on that.
We're working on that.
Yeah,
we're lagging on the Patreon thing. But
well,
we're like,
our Patreon is up. So if you guys want to subscribe to Stardatetoday, we are ready to go, rock and roll. And so go check out us, patreon.com at Stardatetoday. And in the meantime, and then, they're getting their Patreon set up, and ours is really cheap. It's like about $3 or $5 a month or whatever starting out. So it's super cheap, but feel free to, subscribe over there at Starfleet Underground. As soon as they get there set up, we will send out the link and shout you guys out on our Instagram as well.
Sweet.
Thank you.
All right. You guys go ahead and take care. Stay healthy, stay safe. And this is Captain Cat King and Elise Craig signing off. End log.
Thank you.
Thank you. Fantastic. Thank you two so much. I really appreciate having you. It was so nice to finally meet you. And Heather, I know I've seen you at the convention. I've seen you at the convention, but I know like 3 Heathers from the convention. So you know what I mean? Like I know Heather Barker, and there's like Heather, there's like all the Heathers,
Gotcha.
So, which is fantastic because you are all special in your own, very unique and wonderful in your own ways.
Thank
and
you.
It's so nice to know you now.
If we ever have conventions again,
Hopefully, yes.
Just feel free to come over and hang with us, I'm usually running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Yeah. I'm usually running around too, or I'm helping promote podcast, or someone's, helping with 7th Rule or something, whatever it might be. But now that I'm sort of off the hook, I can kind of do my own thing. Actually, we were considering maybe being vendors at the next convention and selling some licensed gear. I'm working on seeing about even how that works, but it's
expensive and it goes up every year.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. But I thought maybe as a volunteer, I could be like, hey, I was a volunteer, but no, that's not how it works. The creation, like it is what it is. And you just like suck it up or you don't do it. That's
best thing would probably be to piggyback off of someone else's booth.
Yeah, like that's why I want to get in on the 7th Rule booth. I know that they're going to have one at the convention whenever we have it again, but we'll see how it goes. But anyway, you guys take good care, and we'll be in touch. And like I said, I'll send out the Calendly, and you can book another slot on our show anytime.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
You guys take good care, okay?
You too. And feel free to come on our show too, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Actually, I'm not used to acting as captain, so.
Oh yeah. No, it's okay. No worries. Yeah, no, I'd be happy to come on, just, and then get Captain involved and let me know when you guys want to have me on or want to have Elise and I on, and we'll be happy to join you.
Awesome. We record every Saturday at 9 a.m. So just let us know when you're available in the next 2, 3, 4 weeks, something like that.
Okay, perfect. I know we're moving in April, so maybe it might wait till after we get done with moving, actually, if that's okay.
Okay. In that case, yeah, whenever you're feeling good about it, then just send us an email.
Sweet, will do. Thank you so much again. You guys take good care.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.